Okay, wow. Hey, everybody. I think this is live right now because it says that it's live, so I think I'm live. Well, it's my first live, so if it sucks, please forgive me. Hi, everybody. I don't think anyone's in the chat room yet, and that's fine. But if you guys are watching this back on the playback, hope you guys are all safe. Hope you guys are doing well. Just wanted to first touch base with what's going on in the world, and I think it's really important to speak on this, especially as a person of color. Now, what some people don't understand is that unfortunately, this rioting is not going to stop because a lot of people want all of the four police officers to be brought to justice. So, until that happens, Minneapolis police. What just happened to my life? Is it still on? I guess I'm still on. Okay. So until that happens, unfortunately, things are still going to go the way that they are. So we're not going to be living in a new normal for a while, a very long time. Now, I just wanted to say that I obviously don't agree with rioting. I do agree with the protests because they're protesting for the right reasons, but let's not act like it's only the George Floyd situation. There are also other factors as to why this is happening. For instance, with this virus, people are still kind of frustrated at the whole situation and at what's going on in the world. So until then, things like these are just going to happen. They have like a lot of pent up aggression. Give me 1 second. Let me just check something. It's kind of weird. Can't really see the playback, so I'm not sure if everything's right. It says that it is, but let me double check. Yeah, this is kind of what happens when you go on live. It says that it is, but let me double check. Okay, yeah. Yeah, everything's fine. Thank goodness. Alright, so let's get back to topic. Alright, so, and nothing's really happening here, like where I live. I live in Canada, in case you guys haven't noticed. So the rioting is pretty peaceful. There has been no looting. I think only like 5 people got arrested so far. So, yeah. Oh, it's also Pride Month. So that's another thing. People are going to be fighting for that. Like, people are just mad. Like, here where I am, people have not gone to work for about 3 months now. So it's like, I can understand why they're angry. I can understand why they're upset. And then there's also a group of people who are anti government. So anything that has to do with the government, they just don't care. So this is the perfect time for them to act out, be silly, and do what they want to do. My only thing is, if you're going to be an idiot like that, like, there are cameras nowadays in 2020, so if you do anything like that, you will be arrested. I don't have time for that. I only have time to work. So, let me now go to the next part. Okay, so in the whole topic of deactivation, many people have been deactivating. I think Instacart has like a deactivation quota that they're trying to reach. So it seems to me that this is a trend that unfortunately is not going to happen. Now, what I don't understand is some people are saying that, oh, they're deactivating people because they hired 750,000 shoppers. And it's like, okay, but then you're deactivating these people and then you're hiring them with new shoppers who are also prone to make mistakes. I don't get the logic behind that, but then again, Instacart is, it apparently does things with a logical fashion, so whatever. So yeah, like if you get deactivated, it's really a simple process. All you have to do is reply to the email. They have a link in the email. You just reply to the link with evidence, pictures, video, proof, and also a letter stating that, basically appealing their decision and stating that you don't agree with their deactivation. But in the letter, you have to be nice, but you also have to be very concise and clear. You basically have to call them out on their nonsense. So if they're saying that you're deactivated because you didn't deliver groceries, it's kind of really hard to prove that, but at the same time, when you like write that email, you have to put that in the email. How are you saying I didn't like deliver groceries when you don't have any proof that I did? You basically have to end off the letter basically by stating your acceptance rate. If you have a really strong acceptance rate, that helps. If you have a low cancellation rate, that helps. If you have a 5-star rating, that helps as well. If you've been working with Instacart for a long time, state that in the letter that you've been working for so months or years. If you've never had a problem, literally explain that in the letter, like you've never had an issue, customer has never complained about anything that I've done. Put that in the letter, make them look stupid. Also, another thing is ask them if it wasn't a matter of them deactivating you because they said that you didn't deliver any groceries, in the letter, hold them accountable. Literally ask them, I would like to know when this was, on what date and what time. They literally have to, like, even if they're not going to reactivate you, that's cool, but they actually do have to send you any evidence or any proof of what they're accusing you of, and you have the right to get that. You do. Now, if you do get deactivated, replying to that link and writing the letter doesn't automatically get you reactivated. It's really important to note that. I don't know how their whole trust and safety department does their work, but apparently, if you get deactivated, reactivation is not a 100% guaranteed thing just because you fight with them. And it's just, I don't know, like, it's pretty sad. Like, let me just show you. Okay, I don't think I can do that right now. One second. Okay, I think you guys can see that. Let me fix that. So this is section 8 of your independent contractor agreement. I suggest that you do at least read that section of the independent contractor agreement, because that section basically states that if you have an issue with Instacart, you and Instacart should technically come to a mutual amicable agreement. So that basically means that they don't want you to sue them and they don't want you to go to court. Now, does that mean that you can't sue them? Believe it or not, a long time ago, if you're really, really new, you don't know this, a long time ago, a couple of people in California, or I should say a medium-sized amount of people in California, got away with suing them, and it was for a significant amount. I think they got around $2,000 each. So it was a class action lawsuit, and the shoppers were successful against Instacart. Ever since then, Instacart was kind of salty, was kind of angry, kind of mad. So now you can't do a class action lawsuit. So if you want to sue them, you have to go to either, I believe, a small claims court and take it up with them, or you hire an arbitrator to speak on your behalf. So that basically just goes to show that if you have an issue with Instacart, you could do something about it, but the amount of time and effort that you would need to do all that, to be quite honest, it's a pretty daunting task, and I'm not sure if anyone is really up for it. And if you're a really new shopper and you're under 30 days old, you can technically opt out of that clause. So you get to opt out of the clause to make sure that if you do want to sue them in the future, you can. But if you're over 30 days old, you can't do that. And yeah, that's what it is about deactivation. But the whole thing about deactivation is basically like, if you do try to get reactivated, and if they just say that they don't care, or if, because they could come back to you and give you a final decision of, no, we don't want you to shop for us anymore under unfair terms, they could do that, and there's technically nothing you could do. But I just want to say that if that is the type of situation that you're going through right now, there are quite a few people who are going through that situation. There's life after Instacart. There is. And if you live in certain states, you might not really know them because they're not as mainstream or popular, but grocery delivery apps are opening up every single day. Like there are other apps out there other than Instacart. There are. There's a couple here I know of. I obviously don't deal with them, but like there are other people out there that are hiring, and the good things about those apps is there are less shoppers on those apps. So sometimes you could average out about the same pay that you're getting on Instacart. Yes, Instacart, I'd say like their app is easy to use, and having the option of technically not being on a schedule is really, really nice. But honestly, at the end of the day, it's like it's your pride or nothing, right? I don't hate Instacart. I think someone on another video commented saying like, why are you always speaking so negatively about that company? I'm not. It's just, there's just certain things that I'm going to call out, and I really don't care. Because at the end of the day, I have defended Instacart before. Like, when everyone was complaining that, oh, Instacart wasn't providing proper PPE, well, under technically the agreement that we're independent contractors. That's not something that Instacart is supposed to take care of. So if Instacart is providing you a mask and sanitizer, if it's not to your liking, yes, that sucks, but at the end of the day, they're not doing anything wrong. I mean, not every company is doing that for their independent contractors. So as an independent contractor, you're supposed to take care of that yourself. And I think that's only fair. So that's there's some things of Instacart where if they do it right, I'm obviously not gonna not gonna go against that. But like, even for instance, like I remember when it was May 1st and it was that strike and there were Instacart shoppers going on strike, I literally was saying like, this is not your fight. This is Target strike. This is Amazon strike. This is not an Instacart strike. Like what you're asking for, COVID-19 hazard pay, that's a little much. It's different when employees are going on strike with their companies than if independent contractors are going on strike. And it's nothing that people like to admit, but that's just literally the reality of what it is. So there are just certain things, honestly, when people complain about Instacart, that I'm just kind of like, okay, well, technically it's not that bad. But I do think that at the end of the day, being deactivated unfairly, it sucks. But then after thorough review, honestly, after reading the contract, it literally says that they can do that if they want to. So it's like, if that happened to you and you're trying to go to court, it's going to be really hard to prove your case. It's really going to be really hard to prove that you're right. Because even if you go to court, right, you speak to a judge, whoever, right, and you go to them and you're like, oh, well, they fired me for reasons that were unknown to me or reasons that were unclear to me, the judge will be like, okay, and they're allowed to do that. So what exactly are you fighting for? Like, on what grounds? Like, what clause do you have to support yourself? And that's where you can kind of get, that's where things kind of get a little muddy and not clear and can go against you, actually, because who the heck wants to go to court, waste all that money, waste all that time just to get an unfavorable settlement? Like, that's just a waste of life, to be quite honest. So, yeah, it's so unfortunate. I am done, I think, with what I wanted to say about that. But again, guys, stay safe. Please don't be an idiot. If where you are right now, if there is, what do you call it? What do you call that thing again? There's a curfew, please don't go out. Like, I've heard a couple of cases of people getting arrested or getting in trouble for being out during curfew. Like, there's always one bad apple in every single batch. Like, I don't get it. There's a curfew, stay home. Like, what's so hard to understand? And this is the problem sometimes with, this is kind of a little bit of a tangent, but this is a problem with some of us sometimes who live in this part of the world. It's like, we're so used to having so many liberties that when things get serious and the government tells you not to do something, that's when you want to challenge them. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, some people, I don't know, they're just so unruly. But anyways, that is the topic for today. If you got deactivated, I'm so sorry. Please get back to them within 48 hours. Just try to sell yourself. Make sure you say everything that you need to say, and they'll probably get back to you. I know now, because the backlog is kind of done, they'll get back to you early. Also, if you want to get a faster response, you could contact legal@instacart.com. Legal@instacart.com. That is their legal department, and they could handle that for you. So, with all of that being said, I'm gonna go. My allergies suck, and I really feel like sneezing, so I have to go right now. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. I think I'll upload a video on Saturday. So, see you guys. Bye.